Have you always been a believer in this like talk shit, get hit mentality? There's been a lot of conversation. I know we're kind of tiptoeing around the topic a little bit right now, but Will Smith, T.I. got on stage with a comedian yesterday who had some shit to say about him in the audience, and he got up and took the mic.
What?
Yeah, and said some shit to her. It was like, where do you think? Do you think there's a line that is drawn, and you could answer this however you want, for people that talk shit as a way to drive entertainment content and viewership?
Man, I think that line varies from everything, you know, like from comedians, right? Their line's going to be different maybe than like two scientists that work together, something like that. I think there's going to be lines in all fields, but lines that you just don't cross is, I don't care how much I dislike any of you. I'm not going to talk about none of your moms, your kids. I don't care about your significant other. If my problem's with you, then you I come at, you know? And then in there, and especially in sports, right? Like whether it's two football players that are on the line and they're just talking shit to each other to get inside each other's heads, it's part of sports, you know? I don't mind shit talking it out to me or about me or anything like that, you know? I definitely think there has to be some lines drawn, because if not, it'll just keep going and going. And when you're involving other people, like if I was to say something about your wife, let's say, and then you get home and then you have to answer to your wife, I'm putting you in a fucked up spot for no reason, you know? So things that like that, I don't agree in.
But that's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game.
That's why they do it. Like I remember in a couple of my back and forths with KSI, he would bring up my girl at the time, and then it would cause rifts between us in real life, which is like the worst.
But that's not professional, right? Because that's on your personal. So then if you one day see KSI and you're like, yo, what's all that shit you were talking about? It's no longer professional. It's back to the personal. They did it. That's how I feel. So we fix it, you know, you keep it, we keep it either professional or we don't, you know? And though I come from an environment that's way different than what the pro fighting is like, I've always kept the pro. I don't have any points for even like fouling somebody, because I try to fight as clean as possible. I don't bring any of those street elements with me ever into like a prize fight combat. But if people so choose to do it, that's on them, you know. And of course, you could do whatever you want, but there's got to be some type of consequences, right?
So did you think it was out of pocket for Will Smith to smack, or do you think that was like okay?
Yeah, in that specific circumstance, what did you think of that situation?
Because of some current situations, I'm gonna plead the fifth right now.
Yeah, got it.
What kind of current? What kind of current situations?
Some situation I won't even mention right now, but. I'm for the Will Smith thing, I'm gonna say, I don't know. The only thing I found that it was funny is that he laughed originally. Then he looked at it. Then he looked at his chick and she gave him the go ahead, like, dog, you better not be laughing. He was like, shh, you know. So that was hilarious to me, man. But I mean, to each his own. How everybody chooses to handle their business, that's theirs, you know. I mean, I know she's going through her thing. She's got like alopecia, I think. I could see why he'd be
But